Have you ever entered a room feeling completely fine, spoken to someone for only a few minutes, and walked away feeling strangely heavy, irritated, or exhausted? Or maybe there is a person in your life whose name appears on your phone, and before you even answer, your body becomes tense. You may think you are simply tired, too sensitive, or imagining things, but something deeper may be happening. Your energy is not only lost through physical work, it is also spent through attention, worry, guilt, fear, overthinking, explaining yourself, and constantly trying to manage how other people feel. Every time you ignore what your body is telling you, say yes when something inside you is saying no, or remain available to people who only contact you when they need something, a small part of your inner strength is given away. This does not always mean that someone is deliberately stealing your energy. Often, people are simply acting from their own pain, loneliness, insecurity, or unconscious habits. But even when their intention is not harmful, the effect on you can still be real. You may become the person who listens to everyone but is heard by no one, the person who fixes every problem but receives no support, or the person who keeps the peace while silently losing peace within. The greatest energy drain begins when you believe that protecting yourself makes you selfish. Somewhere in your past, you may have learned that being loved meant being useful, agreeable, quiet, or endlessly understanding. You learned to notice every change in another person's mood, but you were never taught to notice your own. So now, when someone is upset, you immediately feel responsible. When someone becomes distant, you replay every conversation. When someone misunderstands you, you spend hours building explanations inside your mind. The person may have left the room, but your attention is still following them. And wherever your attention repeatedly goes, your life begins to flow in that direction. This is why one uncomfortable interaction can remain inside you for the entire day. It is no longer the other person who is draining you. It is the conversation continuing inside your mind. You imagine what you should have said, what they might be thinking, and how you can make everything right. Without noticing it, you give your inner world to someone who may not even be thinking about the situation anymore. Protecting your energy does not mean becoming cold, suspicious, or disconnected. It means becoming conscious of where your attention is going and whether that place deserves it. It means understanding that compassion does not require self-abandonment. You can care about someone without carrying them. You can listen without absorbing every emotion. You can love a person and still refuse to become the place where they repeatedly release their anger, confusion, or negativity. A boundary is not a punishment. It is a clear message that says, I respect you, but I must also respect what is happening inside me. At first, this may feel uncomfortable. People who benefited from your lack of boundaries may call you distant, changed, or selfish. But sometimes being told that you have changed simply means that you are no longer playing the role they assigned to you. You are no longer answering immediately, explaining every decision, or sacrificing your peace to prove that you are a good person. Your energy begins returning the moment you stop seeking permission to protect it. Start noticing what happens inside your body around different people. Do your shoulders tighten? Does your breathing become shallow? Do you feel pressured to perform, agree, impress, or remain silent? Your body often recognizes an unhealthy pattern before your mind is ready to admit it. Do not judge the feeling. Simply observe it. Awareness itself begins to break the unconscious connection. The next time you feel drained after an interaction, do not immediately blame yourself or the other person. Sit quietly for a moment. Place your feet on the ground, slow your breathing, and ask, what did I give away in that moment? Maybe you give away your right to say no. Maybe you gave away your truth to avoid conflict. Maybe you gave away hours of attention trying to control someone's opinion of you. Then gently remind yourself, I do not have to continue this conversation inside my mind.
Imagine bringing your attention back from every person, expectation, memory, and imaginary argument. Not with anger, but with calmness.
Your power does not return through fighting everyone. It returns through no longer fighting yourself. It returns when your actions and inner truth begin moving in the same direction. Spend a few minutes each day without your phone, without conversation, and without trying to achieve anything. Sit in silence and notice how much of your mind is occupied by other people. You may be surprised by how many voices are living inside you. Voices telling you who to be, what to fear, and how much of yourself you must give in order to be accepted. You do not need to force these voices away. Watch them without obeying them. With practice, the space between you and those voices will grow. In that space, your real energy becomes available again. You may feel clearer, calmer, and less desperate for approval. You may also realize that the deepest energy drain was never one particular person. It was the fear that you would lose love if you stopped abandoning yourself. But love that requires you to disappear is not the kind of love your soul is searching for. Real connection allows you to remain present as yourself. So today, notice where your energy is going. Notice who receives your time, your attention, your emotional labor, and your inner conversations. You do not need to cut everyone out of your life. You simply need to stop offering unlimited access to a heart that is still learning how to protect itself. Return to your breath. Return to your body. Return to the quiet awareness behind your thoughts. Your energy has not disappeared. Much of it is waiting in the places where you left yourself behind. Call it back, not through fear, but through presence. And remember, protecting your peace is not selfish. It is how you become whole enough to love without losing yourself. If this message felt personal, take a moment to ask yourself, where am I giving away my energy just to keep someone else comfortable? Share your experience in the comments and subscribe to Beyond the Mind for more conversations about emotional healing, spiritual awakening, and discovering the self that exists beneath fear, conditioning, and the need for approval.